Hey Wigglers, it's Sam, and today I'm here with a quick little book haul. I have 11 books to show you that I have acquired for my library. Yeah, so here we go. So the first book I got at the Free Stand, which I have talked about before. It's a wonderful place where people drop stuff off that they don't want anymore. And I found Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, and it's kind of a little, it's got some character to it, but that's okay. Just Listen was the first Sarah Dessen book I ever read, and as you guys know, I adore Sarah Dessen. She's like one of my favorite authors, so I was really excited to find this. I didn't own this one previously, and now I do, and I'm planning on rereading it soon, probably after I finish the one I'm reading now. I'm really excited that I found this. Yay! So the next one is Fly Away by Kristen Hanna, and I ordered this on Amazon. I got it for like $3, which is really good. Fly Away is the sequel to Firefly Lane, which I read like 4 years ago. Wow, yeah, read it a really long time ago, but Fly Away is the sequel and kind of picks up where Firefly Lane left off. And I am about that far into it. I cried for the first 30 pages of this book. I love Kristen Hanna. I love the way she writes her characters. She's just so good and so good at making you emotional. I haven't cried since the first 30 pages, but I have a feeling there'll be more crying later on in the book. Yeah, but it's really good so far. I really like it, and I'm really glad I now have this book in my possession. So a few weeks ago, I went to church camp with the college ministry that I am a part of, and every year at camp we have a book table, and it's just kind of a bunch of religious books that the staff members have picked out that they really like, and they're pretty cheap for books. One day during our free time, I was just like, a girl that is in my small group and I were like, let's just go look at the book table. We'll just go browse. It's not even open right now, so we can't actually buy anything, but we'll just go browse it. And then I left with 3 books. So that happened. Yeah, so first one I got is Let Me Tell You a Story by Toni Campolo. Campolo. That's a cool last name. This is just a collection of different stories that show you just a glimpse at who God is and who Jesus is. And I started it. I read the first story, but then I wanted to journal about it and didn't have my journal on me and was too lazy to get out of bed. But so far it's really good. I'm really excited to read it. And I paid $1 for it. It's really hard to beat $1. You can't beat $1 because you can get books for free, which is better than $1. But $1! I'm so excited. The next one I got is Crazy Love, and I don't actually really know what this one's about. Kind of just about God's love, and how crazy it is that He loves us relentlessly. But the girl in my small group who I went to look at the books with said that this was her favorite book, and it's the reason why she's a human services major. So it was like, and I've just heard really good things about this book, so I bought it. I think it was like $7 maybe, I don't remember, but picked this one up. Haven't read it yet, haven't started it yet, but I'm really excited to read this. And then any Christian's library has to have some C.S. Lewis in it, and I have never actually read any C.S. Lewis before, so I'm really excited about this. This is Mere Christianity and the Screwtape Letters combined into one. I bought this for $12, which I'm pretty darn pumped about. That's a pretty good price for 2 C.S. Lewis books. So yeah, I haven't read any C.S. Lewis before, and I mean, what Christian hasn't read C.S. Lewis before? What weird. So I'm really excited to dive into these suckers. And then my last pile is from a used bookstore downtown called Henderson's, and last weekend two of my roommates and I went on a little girl date, and we went and got lunch and then went to the bookstore, and I left with like 6 books. Yep, 6 books. Oops. It was magical. It was such a great place. I loved it. So the first one I got is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Septies. I butchered that. Ruta Septies. Between Shades of Grey. It's like a Soviet Russia book, or a book about Soviet Russia. And it's like a 15-year-old girl who lives, well, she lives in Lithuania. Fun story. when I met back up with my roommate after we were done perusing, she was looking at my little pile of what I got, and she saw the title Between Shades of Grey, and I was just like, Sam, are you kidding me? Do not tell me, don't, just no. And I was like, no, it's about Soviet Russia. It's not anything bad. Well, I mean, Soviet Russia is bad, but it's not what you think. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I've heard really good things about this book, and I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I'm glad that I found this one. I don't know how much it was. How much was it? It was $5. And then I got My Name is Memory by Anne Brashares. I never know how to say her name. She's the author of the Sister and Traveling Pants series, and I adore that series. I just love it so much. And this is a kind of a weird book, it looks like. I had never heard of this one, but it seems kind of interesting. It's about, like, this guy has memory of people's past lives, and, like, has been falling in love with the same girl in every, like, different life, I guess. And it's about, like, that girl and him. So I'm really interested to read this and see, like, how that goes down. It seems kind of interesting. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this book, but it seems super interesting. So, and I love Anne Brashares, so yes, I got the fat one. These two kind of go together, so I got Twisted and Speak by Laurie Hulse Anderson, and I just heard really great things about both of these books. Speak is like one of the top YA books ever anywhere, basically, and I haven't read it, but I've heard really good things about both of these books, and I've read Winter Girls. I own Winter Girls by Laurie Hulse Anderson, and loved it so much. I read it in like a day. I love the way she writes, so I'm really excited to read these two. Yeah. Oh, and then this one's kind of my nerdy history side coming out. This was on clearance for like $3, and it's a history of the modern church. I really think, like, the Reformation time period is super interesting, especially being a Christian and seeing where, like, how people saw the church as flawed and how they fixed it. Not necessarily fix it, because the church is always going to be flawed, but the steps that they took to reform it, to make it a little more accessible and better, I guess. So this is just a history of the modern church. And I think it's from... Oh, never mind. It's... Yeah, it goes all the way from, like, the Reformation to, in England, and the Counter-Reformation, and all of that, to, like, American Christianity, and the Eastern Church, even. So I'm really excited to dive into this. I think it'll be really interesting. This will probably be, like, a winter break book, or a summer break book, when I'm not in school. But, yay, nerdy books! And the last one I got is My Sister from the Black Lagoon by Lori Fox. And this is a memoir about a girl who grew up in a family that, like, everyone in her family had a mental illness. I think, let's see. Yeah, just everyone in her family has some form of mental illness, and she does too, I believe, has something, that she's, like, the normal one in her family, and kind of just growing up with that. And I don't know, mental illness is really interesting to me, so I'm really excited to read this, and just, I feel like it's just going to be a really crazy, weird, awesome book. So yeah, and it was like $3. I don't actually know, but, so yeah. Books. So those are the books that I have recently added to my personal library. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought below. Give me any suggestions for any other books you think I should read. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Goodreads, and come back for a new video every Saturday. Happy reading! Bye.